Good evening, everyone, and happy almost midnight. My name is Chantay, and welcome to a late night edition of yours truly, analysis. You can follow me here on Instagram or Twitter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I am not going to be long because it's late. I had a very long day, and I'm tired as all hell. And I got schoolwork to do tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow night, because I have homework due on Sunday. And yes, I am starting back my classes. I am almost finished with my master's degree. So God willing, what's up? So I'm just going to come to you with some few COVID numbers. Think I got it here. So going to go to the resource center. Global confirmed cases as follows: 108,156,270. And this is all according to the Johns Hopkins website, Johns Hopkins University of Medicine. So it's coronavirus.jhu.edu. Global death toll, I already said global confirmed cases. Global death toll is 172. U.S. confirmed cases are as follows: 27,489,619. And the U.S. death toll is damn near close to 500,000. So it's 480,748. Even though we do have a national plan, but however, we have 3 strands of COVID, and that includes a COVID from South Africa, COVID from Brazil, and the UK strand. The UK strand has been here already. That's already established. And it's been here because people from Europe was traveling to the East Coast. The state that I live in, especially in the city, it's 2 major airport hubs, Wagwa and Qui Lion. But that's what it is. And people are like, oh, what's Biden going to do? Well, he just got there, but he's doing his best. He's not doing the best he can, but he's doing everything he can to combat COVID. So one of them is trying to secure vaccines, which they did. They secured 200 million vaccines. So they did that. And hopefully to get it to pharmacies. And the mask mandate needs to happen. And what else? I feel like we need a national lockdown, but who am I and who is me? But that's what it is. And COVID relief and all the other stuff needs to happen. And vaccine distributions also should happen. And more testing needs to happen. So that's what it is with COVID. And with the COVID relief, it should be coming between now and March. Hopefully, literally by March, it should come to everybody's pockets, because people did not have a great Christmas or a great New Year's. Not going to have a great Valentine's Day. We know that for sure. So some relief needs to come. Yeah, we do need a national lockdown, because these numbers, almost 30 million cases, almost 500,000 deaths, and we're in only 20% of the population on the globe. That's crazy. 328.2 million people. China has 1.3 billion. And they're doing just fine with COVID. But people want to blame China, the last administration. But it was a UK strain that was here all this time. So that is that. And that's what the situation is. And as I said from before, I said this back last year or a couple months ago, we're going to be dealing with this until the middle, probably within 2022 for damn sure, but probably between next spring and into next summer. We'll be at a place where we can all be together again. But this is our new normal. And it is what it is. Yeah, I heard that. I'm very shocked that he wants to do that. Governor Cuomo, which I don't understand why. Normally he's a smart guy. I don't know if he's trying to make people feel good or try to get in good graces with people. But it's like, dude, I'm rooting for you, Governor. I am rooting for you. Do not F this up. Because you already got the Janice Deans of the world, who is a ultra Karen. I can't stand her. You got her. You got Meghan McCain, who flee to Washington, D.C., which I hope she stays there. You know, you got those people complaining. You got the conservatives complaining. You got conservatives that don't even live in New York complaining. Like your state is doing any good. Because y'all spreading COVID. Y'all not even wearing no mask outside of New York. Y'all not wearing the mask in the Midwest. And y'all not wearing the mask down south. Only some folks down south is wearing their masks. I've been watching the reality TV shows, so I know. But yeah, it's not a smart move. But moving on from COVID, because I want to, not be on here that long, because I am tired. Oh, I got to say the state numbers, too. Oh, no, I'm not going to say the state numbers tonight, because I'm tired. But this whole impeachment thing, let's just say the prosecution, the impeachment managers, side of the case was actually pretty good. They had compelling evidence. This case, honestly, it shouldn't be that long. It's open and shut. And I'm not even a lawyer. And I know that the former White House resident incited this insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on both Democratic and Republican sitting senators and representatives. He was getting ready to get rid of his succession. I saw that trending. I was actually on my on a Zoom call. Was very personal, but I heard that. I'm going to read, because I'm now on my iPad, so I am going to look at this because, yeah, I heard there's going to be witnesses. So I am looking on my Twitter feed, or the search thing in Twitter, and I see McCarthy, Pence, and Tuberville is trending. So, according to this news source, GOP Rep. Jamie Herrera Bolter confirmed McCarthy-Trump conversation adds, to the Patriots who were standing next to the former resident as these conversations were happening, or even to the former vice president, if you have something to add here, now it will be the time. Also, another news source has revealed that who worked for Trump already knew he is not moved by the suffering of others and quite enjoys it, especially if it serves his own interests. He's a sociopath. And there's more news sources. On a phone call with McCarthy while Capitol was under attack, Trump said the rioters care more about the election results than McCarthy did. And he said, well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are. So here's the thing. The prosecution, the House managers, as Queen Lion said, they did a good job. It's an open, shut case. And we all knew Trump's attorneys lied. I mean, the defense, honestly, they lost by the minute they said this was a witch hunt. You don't open up your defense argument and say this is a witch hunt. You don't do that. You try to make him feel innocent as possible, which we all know is he's not innocent. Like I said, this is an open and shut case. This should not even be this long. The videos today, propaganda? Seriously? Seriously. My whole face. They keep using, and that cancel culture bullshit, I mean, that's a Republican talking point. I'm not just only with this impeachment case, but on The View today, Meghan was talking about she don't know where she stand. Oh, she is not a Trump person, but she was a never Trumper. But I'm like, you should be a never Trumper because he disrespected your father and your mother. Your whole family. not invited to the funeral because your mother did not want him there. And you touting that BS? Oh, I don't know. It's cancer culture. Who gives a fuck? And it was a low budget video. I mean, the defense team was losing that they had to show a propaganda video of sitting Democratic representatives and senators and the vice president. And the president. And they got help from the following 3 senators who's supposed to be jurors, impartial jurors: Lindsey Olin Graham, Michael Lee, and Rafael Edward Cruz. To me, they should not even vote to convict. They should not even be part of that shit, because this whole shit is crazy. I'm sitting here working from home, doing what I do, and I hear this shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. But this is the world that we living in. Pandemic, at home, working from home, doing everything from home, and looking at crazy ass politicians on TV. Oh, wow. Interesting. Lindsey Graham is being investigated. Good. He needs to be expelled. Along with Joshua David Harley and Rafael Edward Cruz. They need to be expelled from the Senate. And Ronald Harold Johnson. He is not low. They need to be expelled. And Thomas Tupperville. And Sidney High-Smith. And Marsha Blackburn. They need to go. But they participate, so they don't get the chance to vote. If you didn't sit during the trial, you should not vote on conviction. And give the Democrat Party in the Senate the ammunition to convict this man. And I can't wait till his ass is dealt here in New York. I can't wait. I can't wait. The AG and the district attorney in Manhattan. Can't wait for that. Because they've been investigating the Trumps for years. That whole office. Before they even got in there. But here's my last thing. So, I wasn't going to talk about these people. But I'm just so goddamn sick of them. Like, I really am. These goddamn progressives. So, Miss Gray, Brianna Joy Gray, decides that she has no compassion for the sitting Democratic congressional representation, including the senators. So, she put out a tweet with her video. Because she also became a Twitter troll since being fired from the Sanders campaign. Here's what she says. The reason impeachment is a priority is because the Capitol riot happened to them. Does anyone feel like their lives are a priority? Just reducing the checks from $2,000 to $1,400 that will almost certainly result in more dead people. That's what one of her people said in that little lame ass podcast called Bad Faith Podcast. Which I don't understand why they're getting so many views for all the lies they spew. This is why I reject that kind of progressivism. Because to be a progressive is to be an advocate for social change and social reforms. And promoting social reforms and passing social reforms and making it into legislation. These progressives are fraud. And they're bullshit. An article, I think from NBC News, came out, and it was an opinion article, and I really don't try to read those, but it touched on points that I was right about this kind of progressivism, which is code for white progressivism, which is code for racist dog whistles, not including black people, or saying all of us. No, you're not talking about all of us. And your Green New Deal, nor your Medicare for all. Because why I only hear white people talking about Medicare for all, not black people? Unless you're Miss Gray, who don't even make a good, compelling argument for black people, black and brown people in this community. There's a lot of black leftists that came before you that don't tap dance for white people. Miss Gray. So this whole thing that you don't care about the insurrection that happened, even though your candidate, your former boss, was there that day, all you care about is getting some money. I know you ain't shit. And I'm sorry to say that, but statements like that makes you worthless and vile. You don't say shit like that. As much as I don't like the Republican Party today, or I really never cared for the Republican Party, I don't wish anything that happened to anybody because of them. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you? You don't say things like that. Wishing because of them, their lives matter just like your lives matter. And not just only the sitting congressional folks, you have workers, civilian workers in there. And you saying because of their lives, so you saying the people that work in the kitchen, the people, the cops, the black cops, and the black janitorial staff, and the congressional staffers, you don't care about them? Is that what you're saying out your mouth? Because obviously that tweet, what you said, was heartless. You don't give a fuck about nobody but getting your money. Like you gonna get some of that money. You make $1 million a year. You're not advocating for anybody, because if you were, you would be on the motherfucking streets. Or how about you would have marched your ass to Washington, D.C.? You would have been champion for Medicare for all and a Green New Deal. But obviously, your little attempt to force the vote did not work. And this shit ain't working. I'm so sick of them. Like, I am so sick of them. Like, they act like they're our allies, and they're not. Saying stupid shit like this and the regular stupid shit that she tweets proves that you're not an ally, and it proves that you're vile and rude and evil and nasty. All of that. And she's not the only one. You got Ryan Knight, who's a complete motherfucking troll on Twitter. I'm surprised that his tweets are not fact-checked like the previous person who was suspended from Twitter. Because your shit should be fact-checked, homie. Because you lie all day, every day. Walker Bragman, who is a sympathizer for white supremacists, saying, why are they doing all this shit? Because they're poor. Are you fucking kidding me? David Serrata, who don't apologize for racist comments. And you got checked for it. And I wasn't even sending for you, dude. Like all of these vile, nasty people. Katie Harper, Crystal Ball, Susan Sarandon. Y'all all disgusting. Y'all all toxic as hell. This is why people don't like leftist politics, because of y'all. Just disgusting. And y'all grifters. Y'all make people turn away from progressivism. Y'all don't represent that shit. And I'm sorry to go off, but I'm keeping it real and I'm keeping it 100, especially for someone who is for progressive change, who is for the environment, who is for people getting their equal fair share. But if that's that, I don't want to be a part of that. And what makes me more angry with Bernie Sanders at the time during the campaign, he did not check these motherfuckers. He did not check them. Because I got no issues with Sanders. But that shit, nah. And that's why the second time, not getting the nomination, that's his fault. That ain't nobody's fault. That's not the DNC fault. No, nothing was rigged. It's his own goddamn fault. And everybody knows that. Had 5 years to build your coalition. Hiring these idiots, some of these idiots, was just no. He had more competent staff in 2016. He had Simone. He had Tinslin. He had a couple good folks. It was just a lot of racism and a lot of harassment. That's what happened. But overall, these progressive talking heads, all they do is run their mouth and grift. So if you follow them, I feel sorry for you because they're lying to you. They're not truth tellers. They don't keep it real. They don't keep it a buck. And I know that, and I learned that real early. Before Bernie Sanders' second run. I knew these talking heads was a piece of shit. And if I was Senator Sanders, I would stay away from these people. I won't even let these people mention my name. But Crystal Ball, Katie Harper, Brianna Gray, let's see, Walker Bragman, David Serrata, and Ryan Grimm, and Ryan Knight, all they do, and TYNT, all they do is run their mouths, but not promote any progressive legislation. And they're grifters. And I'm leaving it as that. But as I said before, I am not going to stay on. I am tired. And I thank you for watching. You can always follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will also support short pages too, because supporting each other during this pandemic really helps. Because we're going to be in this situation for a while. So it is what it is. But until then, stay safe, be blessed, and have a good night.